All right. We are in the security mobile hunting for gas cans and extension cords.
Loud and clear.
So, this is pre-Milton coverage, live streaming from South Sarasota County down in Venice, Florida. Just kind of driving around at this point. I'm going to be making my way back up to Sarasota here to see if we can get a hold of a large gas can and some extension cords, because I picked up a generator from my friend down here, and see if we can survive this storm. Evacuation zones A, B, and C have been issued mandatory evacuation notices. And we happen to be in evacuation zone C at my house. So that's fun, but I don't think we're going anywhere. Just visited the Harbor Freight down here, and it happens to be closed at the moment. So I've been talking on the radio here with a few different people in the area, trying to see about what is and isn't open at the moment. So we're going to head up to Sarasota, Bee Ridge and Cattleman, to see if we can hit the Home Depot over there and see what we can find. Somebody up on University said that their Home Depot is jam-packed like a madhouse, so this ought to be an interesting trip. Sorry about the vertical orientation of the video at the moment. Horizontal is, well, it lowers it down behind my emergency lights there, so it doesn't provide a very good view. So this is what we got to do. Makes it more user-friendly for people watching on cell phones, I suppose. We're going to drive around and see what we can see. Let's see. Puppy dog. Puppy dog's enjoying the ride up there. Now we'll get to see some Florida driving at its best. as we go into full panic mode here, people will start to do their own thing. Not that it's not bad as it is without a panic, but I'm sure we'll see a little bit more crazy maneuvers on the roads today and tomorrow, definitely, as the reality of the situation sets in, as the storm gets a little closer to the coast. Radio is eerily quiet at the moment. I'm monitoring 4 different stations, 2 GMRS and 2 ham stations. Linked repeater systems on the ham side and local GMRS repeaters. There we go. Now there's some noise. Not that we're really looking for noise, but at least I know it's still alive. I was talking to one of my friends on the radio a few minutes ago, and he was trying to find some place to eat for lunch, and was having difficulty finding anything that was open. So a lot of people are already evacuating. The people that are staying are running around trying to gather supplies and get prepared. Just cut right in there, bub. So everything got pretty much, well, not all the way cleaned up, but there's still a lot of storm debris out from Helene that they're still trying to clean up. But they made an announcement the other day that anybody in the evac zones A, I believe, were getting their storm debris picked up if able. That way it doesn't become a projectile during Milton. But they have suspended trash and recycle pickup until at least Wednesday. I think we might take a swing out to Siesta Key on this drive just to see what it looks like at the moment after Helene, see how the cleanup is doing, and just kind of get an idea of what it looks like before Milton hits. There's somebody riding their bicycle with a cooler. Well, out of curiosity, there's a Wal-mart Supercenter over here on the way up. I think I might stop there. See if I can find some extension cords there. Maybe a gas can if I'm lucky. To assess the parking lot, see just how many people had the same idea. All right. Let's see just how bad of a madhouse it is over here. Surprisingly, it's empty. That might not be a good thing. Could be closed. And there are a bunch of people over there that look like possibly employees. Let's see if we can ask one of them. You guys are closed?
We're closed.
All right. Thank you. All right. You heard it here first. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wal-mart Supercenter in Osprey, Florida is closed. All right. So that's a no-go. Looks like Wendy's is open, though. And the fuel lines at the gas station are definitely there. What are you doing, guy? Okie doke. Let's move on.
Hello, you there? Time is 1 p.m.
1 o'clock in the afternoon, the day before the storm. Make another detour just out of curiosity. We got a Lowe's. There's a Lowe's over here in this part of the neighborhood. See what if they're open or not. So yeah, the Wal-mart Supercenter in Osprey, Florida is closed. We're going to stop in here and see if Lowe's is open. See a little bit of standing water in that side of the road there. Drainage. Okay. Let's take a peek.
4 Mike Romeo Hotel. Kilo Oscar 4 Mike Romeo Hotel. Make radio check and very clear.
Oh yeah. There's the madhouse I was expecting to see. This parking lot is full. So that is a good indication that they are open. Whether or not they are going to have extension cords or...
Kilo 4 Charlie Juliet 5, reach about clear and 9 on.
Okay. We're not letting the vet out, I guess. Well, look at that. We found a parking spot. A little close there. Alright, let's sneak in here. Apparently everybody wanted to make a snug spot there for me. Okay. So, we'll head in. See if we can find some stuff. But it's getting wood. People are still boarding up. Hey, wouldn't that be fun?
He was right there, boss.
They still have generators. Look at that.
Do you need a hand here? You're good?
Take my place.
You guys have any gas cans left?
I don't think so.
No?
I'll check.
Are you okay?
Yep, thanks for your help.
No more gas cans?
No, sir.
No gas cans?
Same thing
All right.
over and
You
over.
want me to take your spot?
No
How
gas.
about electrical cords, extension cords?
You do have extension.
Water bags, you're out of those. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I figured the
Extension cords we still have.
Check 10. Check 10.
10?
I'll
All right,
check.
thank you.
I got you.
Thank you.
That's what I did. I can show you.
So the Lowe's on Potter Park and Central Sarasota Parkway has generators, no gas cans. And let's check out their supply of extension cords and surge protectors.
Help y'all find something?
I'm just looking for extension cords.
That's it. And we have some pretty green ones we're about to pull out.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get whatever 50 ones you got left.
Yeah. There. 5, 6 of them. I thought they might have had some stuff in the main, you see the main area.
Oh,
You went to check there, they pulled out some things there.
all right.
And that, but that's pretty much it.
Let me just grab one more of these. Just want to get what I can see while it's here. Otherwise, it might be gone by the next time I come back around. So. All right. Actually, let me get one more of those.
You only just here. We only put some in the box and take the whole box.
Yeah, it'll work. So I'm doing a little YouTube in here as well. So I appreciate your help. Let me see.
There's an empty cup. You
Okay,
get it?
perfect.
Look at this.
Sure?
Yep,
You got an
I got it. I got my that shover me.
John. John.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Well, you didn't have any gas cans, so I'm only halfway through here. So I'm also doing a little live streaming on YouTube here, trying to see what's open, what's not, and help people out that are trying to get supplies.
How many of these do we have?
6.
I'm a security.
Hey, I'm a security officer. If you need security.
They got one right there. You want to mess with her?
Holy mackerel.
Where are they a piece here? $67 a piece.
Jesus.
That's marking $7.50 out.
Wow.
Well, they're the heavy.
Hey, you didn't have any other ones.
Yeah.
They got the green ones, 40-foot ones that are coming out, but this, I don't know what's, I guess that's what it is. Mm-hmm.
Save them like that, don't use them, bring them back.
All right, we're all paid up. All right. There we go. Can I borrow a cart real quick?
Put one right there.
Perfect. All right. Got our expensive extension cords. Let's get back out on the road. And it's starting to rain. All right. Get these puppies loaded up here. Right next to the awesome generator that our buddy helped us with. Put this down for a second. Okay. There we go. One step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. And because I'm such a nice guy, I'm just not one of those people. I'm one of these people. Because that's what you should do. So it's not hanging out in the parking lot. Alright. Let's get everything back up and situated here. Boink. Radio's on. Okay. At the bare minimum, we are covered for the time being. I can put gas directly into the generator when I go to get gas, if we can find gas. Oh, I didn't like that. That didn't sound too good. Must be a ½ inch higher than a normal curb, because normally that doesn't happen to this car. Okay, so for anybody keeping count, Wal-mart in Osprey is closed. The Lowe's on Potter Park has generators. They are running very low on extension cords. They do not have gas cans. Everybody keeping score at home? The extension cords are like 40 bucks a pop, 40 something bucks. It cost me $400 for 6 heavy duty extension cords. And we made it out of the parking lot. Look at that, folks. I think it's going to be a good day. Alright, so let's drive around a little bit, see what kind of storm debris is left over from Helene, see what how this rain's going to affect everything. See, my biggest concern with this storm coming in, Milton, is the fact that we just had 2 weeks ago Hurricane Helene, and on top of that we had a disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico that had been a possibility of developing into a major system, but in fact ended up just turning into a rain system that we've been dealing with for the past 2 days. We'll be dealing with today. It's just been kind of stagnant in the Gulf. Milton ended up actually being a rotation that jumped from the Pacific over Central America, continued its rotation when it came over, and developed into this monster storm. And you know, I really hate the sound bites that all of the news media are using these days with, oh, it's the greatest storm of the century. We haven't seen a storm like this in 100 years. Blah, 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 blah. They say that almost every storm now, and I understand that we're kind of breaking records with each one as we go by. A lot to do with it is the fact that we're in a La Nina year, and as you know, La Nina always follows an El Nino year. La Nina's defining characteristic that helps to develop these storms is the lack of upper atmospheric shear. The wind shear isn't there, so these storms don't break up. So they have a bigger potential. That with the increased water temperature, sea surface temperatures that we've been experiencing, especially this year. This year so happens to be a record year for ocean temperature, for global temperatures, really. But that, with the ocean temperatures out in the Gulf of Mexico, just become a powerhouse for these. It's like super fuel for hurricanes. Picks up the moisture from the Gulf and redistributes it. As you know, I don't know if you noticed, but we just passed the old Sarasota Square Mall, and that's actually going to be getting torn down within a month. They've got plans to redevelop the area. Yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into these storms. With the ocean temperature and the La Nina this year, and the back-to-back hurricanes, it's really a epic year for storms this year. It's really interesting just how well developed the eye wall was too before it went through the eye wall replacement on Milton. Road underwater. Okay, so they're expecting this area to flood here, and it probably did flood. Yep, you can see all the sand on the side of the road here. This is where it flooded during Helene, the little creek that we just passed. Probably dumped a lot of silt out onto the roadway. There's a lot of little areas like this that are just a hair lower, closer to sea level than the surrounding areas. So there's a lot of storm damage that came in from Helene that still hasn't been cleaned up. And with the statement from Sarasota County saying only level A evacuation zone storm debris was going to be picked up, is I mean, it's kind of expected with this being so recent of a storm, and now we're getting another one. Nobody's really had time to clean up, to get all of this debris off the roads and out of the neighborhoods. So it's really important, if you do have any storm debris left over from Helene, try to get it away from your house or secure it in some way, because in these high winds that are expected to come in with Milton, it could very easily become projectiles, end up damaging windows, roofs, other structures. And my biggest concern with this is with how much rain that we've been getting from this from the previous system that stalled in Gulf of Mexico before Milton came over. This rain is saturating the ground, and there's nowhere for the rain to go. The ground is already wet, it's full, so it can't absorb any more water. And with that, it's the storm surge and the rainfall is going to accumulate a lot faster. Could end up being a lot worse. And when Debbie came through, we were just on the tail of a drought. So we kind of needed that rain. We needed that water. But now we've had Debbie, Helene, and now Milton. So it's going to be saturated. The ground's going to be saturated. The water's got nowhere to go. There's going to be a lot of ponding, pooling on the roads. And I've lived in Sarasota my whole life. I'm only 36 years old, but I remember a lot of hurricanes that have come through over the years, and never have I been in an evacuation zone. Well, this one, I'm in level C. So they are mandatory evacuations for zones A, B, and C in Sarasota County right now. And this is the first time that I remember being in an evacuation zone. So this is a little different. Normally, call me crazy, call me a weird Floridian, because I'm a second-generation native, third-generation native on my mother's side. But I love hurricanes. I'll lay in bed and sleep like a baby while everything's going to shit outside. I've never had any storm damage to my house. I've been very, very lucky. But call me weird for enjoying storms. But I know there's a few people out there that enjoy this stuff. But I'm hoping with this one it doesn't become dangerous to the point where I have to really worry about it. This is kind of the area where I live, right here. And it didn't get too bad. I mean, Debbie, we got more flooding during Debbie in this neighborhood here than we did during Helene. I work up at the college campus at Ringling College of Art and Design, and we got more flooding during Helene on the college campus than we did during Debbie. So it hits everywhere different. It doesn't matter where you are, it's going to make some type of impact, especially with it coming directly onshore, so close to us, and moving across the state. They're talking about some really high winds with this one, possibly 100-mile-an-hour gusts or more, and potential for, with the ground already being, ooh, hello, that was a quick one. With the ground already being saturated from Helene 2 weeks ago, and with all of the rain that we've been getting over the past few days, I'm expecting a lot of downed trees because the roots are in soft ground. With the high winds and the saturated ground, there's a lot of potential for downed trees. So I'm hoping everybody stays safe. Everybody's done their preparations. They're good to go for this storm. I wouldn't wish any property damage on anybody. What the hell did I just run over? There was something back there in the road that I just ran over. Now it looks like Sarasota County Sheriff is ahead of us up there in the left lane, heading out to do the same thing. Look at all this. Oh, you guys can't see it. There is so much debris just piled up in the middle of this field. When I come back out, I'm going to pan the camera over so you guys can see that. But there are just piles of like sofas and furniture, cabinets, just storm debris everywhere there. That sheriff just activated his lights and took a left turn back there. Alright, we're going to go over the bridge out here to Siesta Key. Take a look at the conditions out here on Siesta Key just to see how much progress they actually were able to make cleaning up the damage from Helene before Milton hits. There's damage to that house there. Wow. Okay. So here is the South Bridge from Stickney Point out onto Siesta Key. We are now on Siesta Key. Still all kinds of debris on the side of the road there. And the sand. Look at the sand. That crystal white sand. I remember I was down here in 2016 when this right here on the left, Crystal Sands, got a water spout that jumped the jumped out of the offshore, hit the parking structures there. And if you look back on my channel, you'll see there's a video about that. There's a bunch of stuff piled up on the right side there.
Kilo 0 Bravo Charlie Bravo radio check.
Somebody will get that.
This is KG7KIQ at Redcomb. Go ahead.
Just looking for a radio check.
0 Bravo Charlie Bravo. Yeah, I'm out here east on the highway. Just wanted to radio check, see if I hit the Comcast tower downtown. Coming in beautifully, easy 59.
So a lot of this got cleaned up pretty well. If not, maybe it wasn't hit as hard as some other areas. Looks like the driveway over there is washed out. Lots more. So, as you just saw, there was a mattress and a pile of debris on the side of the road with spray paint on it that read "Lots More." There's some damage on the left. Okay, there's some piles of debris on the left side of the road there. There's tree debris. And we're going to take the road closest to the shore here, because I think that would have been impacted a little harder. We are passing the famous Siesta Key Beach. Just to my left here as we head north on Siesta Key. Somebody tell the county to repair this road. Oh my God. There's another pile of debris on the right. Mattresses and cabinets. Woo. Please repair the road, Sarasota County. Look at all that sand. Not as bad as in some areas, but okay, this area is going to be a little bit more war-torn. Yeah, big piles. Big piles. They are not ready for this. Milton is going to be quite the disaster, I can tell you that right now. We've got a tow truck pulling over here. Let's get around him real quick. We've got a dumpster truck. Red box dumpsters, looks like they are probably helping out with cleanup. But look at all of this. Wow. Look at how much sand there is here. This is just insane that this is already torn up. And we're about to get hit with a chip. Ooh. Probably be a Category 3 when it makes landfall. Hopefully the dry wind and the cold front coming down from the north, along with the jet stream that's coming, looping around the jet stream extension that's coming around Milton, will help to break it up a little bit before it ends up hitting us. I'm going to go a little bit off the beaten path here. I want to see what it looks like down over here. Yep. Piles of debris. They've got all the flags out on the beach. Okay. we go. So they're in construction of a house over here that looks like that pretty much stalled out. There's damage to that. Sand debris. Sand dunes on the road. I can't believe it. This is going to be devastating, to say the least. There's already so much damage here. And the water's already still on the road. I mean, there's nowhere for it to go. I mean, you're right here on the water. I don't know if that's a drainage issue or if that's just how much water we've gotten. It speaks volumes. Siesta Key Village is deserted. Usually this place is popping. And I just spun tires in sand. God, so much piled up. The Circle K is boarded up. Bags over the pumps. I think it used to be a Shell station at one time. Debris piles. More debris piles. Blink at me for going slow. Oh. Okay, that looks like somebody's been cleaning up. It's out in the street, but it looks like that's where they've been loading it into the truck. But my God, look at the size of these piles. Before everybody moved down here, and oh, look at the pile sizes. Water standing in the ditch. Yeah, like I was saying, oh, this is now a roundabout. I remember growing up here as a kid and used to hang out down here all the time. Whenever we were bored, we would come down to Siesta Key, do nothing. But it's a lot different now. Since everybody started moving here, it's now it's a very popular tourist trap. burnout marks in the middle of the road there. Somebody was doing some donuts. Fences down in their yard. Lots and lots of debris. I can only imagine just how high the water got here. I'm trying to look around to see if I can see any water lines. Oh, I think I just saw a water line. If that's the true water line, my God, that was over the car back there. You can look at walls and sometimes see a water line to see exactly where the height of the flood was. And with this past storm being so recent, those water lines haven't had a chance to get cleaned off. And I think I saw a water line back there that was over the roof of this car. This used to be my favorite jump when I was a kid. National Hurricane Center model has the very center of the cone of uncertainty coming through Bradenton. Oh, that's new. So now we're headed over the Intercoastal on the North Bridge, heading back into Sarasota. Looks pretty good over here. The Siesta, man, they got hammered. I can only imagine what it's going to be like after Milton. Like, subscribe, comment, leave a comment below if you want to see me go out after Milton hits. Or even during Milton. I mean, I'm crazy. I'll freaking live stream during the storm. I don't care. Stay green for me. See if I can make it through. Look at that. Alright. They're in business. Businesses are boarded up. Richard's Pianos.
Good afternoon. 650 WRYU 45. Hopefully all you guys are doing well up there in Sarasota.
Oh, they leveled that. And, oh, 2 businesses are gone now. There was a gas station and a car dealership there in that corner, and they are now gone. Not from the storm, I don't think. I think that was done prior, obviously. Supposed to change lanes in the middle of an intersection there, bub. Everything inland looks pretty clean.
Conducting our 2 o'clock emergency preparedness net at the top of the hour at 1400 hours.
Realizing now that I haven't stopped and ate yet. Haven't had any breakfast. I'm curious. Of course, as soon as I get in the lane, everybody wants to stop. Let's see if the BK has a Wappa. Doesn't look promising. Yeah, I see no cars in the parking lot. A little paper sign on the front door. And another paper sign on the window. Should have stopped at that Wendy's when I had a chance. Alright, well, let's continue on. Let's see how they're doing at Home Depot. Let's go visit the Home Depot. Space behind me and you're gonna wedge in. No blinker. Welcome to Florida. See if we can get in this line. It's all probably going to the same place. No. No, they're all getting on the interstate. Okay. Those keeping track at home, keeping score. The Wal-mart in Osprey is closed. The Lowe's has generators, no gas cans, and are running out of extension cords. And we are pulling into Home Depot. Let's see what Home Depot's got. Homie Depot, see what they got.
I got you 5x5. Thank you. WSTX330 out.
Guys got any gas cans? All right. No gas cans at Homie Depot. Come on, you can do it. All right, so no gas cans at Homie Depot. Let's try Wal-mart. Wally World.
Audio, KSYP.
Where's your bra, lady? Teaching them kids well.
Stations, the 1400 hour, 2 p.m. Hurricane Milton is at the top of the hour. W4X and W15 have right now.
You guys got any gas cans? All out. Thank you. All out of gas cans at the Cattleman Wal-mart. Come on. Come on. No point in me being here if there's nothing for me. Madhouse. Okay. I wonder if Steak and Shake's open. You're in the closer lane. You've got the right of way. Get out of the way. All right, I'm going straight. And then I'm going left. If we can get a little budge here. I see somebody in line. Think we might get a burger. All right, folks. Steak burger.
Hi, welcome to Steak and Shake. My name's Jason. What can I make fun for you?
Oh yes, can I get a number 1 with no pickle, no onion?
Hey, what's your drink?
How about a sweet tea?
Hey, anything else?
That should do it.
It's gonna be $8.98.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
So yeah, with the whoop.
The latest advisory on Hurricane Milton from the National Hurricane Center in Miami. As of 2 p.m., Milton is located at 22.5 north, 88.2 west, make egress into the Atlantic about 12 hours later. It will remain a hurricane while it is overland. That means it will be a very powerful, dangerous storm. Bring all of your storm preparations to conclusion right now. If you are planning to evacuate, this afternoon is the time to do it. There is fuel available at selected fueling stations along your route, but make sure that you have as much fuel in your vehicle, be it gasoline, diesel, or what have you, before you actually set out on the roads. You will run into some traffic snags. I-75 northbound, the typical snags up around Wildwood and Sumter County, where it merges with the Florida Turnpike. Also, some slowdowns in the Ocala area if you're headed that far north or northern. Southbound, traffic on I-75 still looking pretty good. You may run into some slowdowns running across Alligator Alley. And if you are going to be headed to the southeast coast, make sure before you leave the Naples area on Alligator Alley that you have enough fuel to get to your final destination. They're going to be posted at the Sarasota Memorial Hospital locations. My understanding is at 2000 hours tonight, you're asked to report. At this time, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now.
Okay. So,
Kurt, is there any stations with announcements or comments for the net before we begin?
well, you heard it here first. We get the National Weather Service Ruskin office directly on the ham radio. And Paul is a great guy, MB9X. He's been watching out for us every storm so far, keeping us safe, keeping us informed. And we appreciate all you do, Paul.
Yes, let me just talk generally about hurricane progressions. Because of the nature of these storms, it probably reestablished a new eye wall, which strengthened, but there will be wind shear anticipated, which hopefully, at the time it makes landfall, will be down to either a Cat 3, strong 3, it could be a 4. But the caveat is, as these storms become somewhat weaker, they become wider, which means that both hurricane force winds and tropical storm force winds will extend for a much wider area. That includes eye wall and hurricane force winds. The other caveat is, although you see all the great spaghetti models and projections in the Tampa Bay area plus or minus, hurricanes don't read those. They have a tendency to shift at the last minute. We've seen them many times since Hurricane Charlie, certainly, and many of the other more recent storms. Let's just reset for time. Means is, as we get closer, you'll continue to need to monitor local weather so you have a better feel for what the windfall speeds are projected to be more locally. Bear in mind that if landfall, the eye wall makes landfall further to our north, that we will be on the right or so-called dirty side of the hurricane, which means that both storm surge, which we expect to be a record high, 12 to 15 feet potentially, and wind could be very significant. Sarasota and Manatee have both called for evacuations of flood zones A, B, and now C as well. Multiple shelters have been opened up, many of the schools. They will be staffed by county personnel. If shelters are required to remain open for a substantial period of time, Red Cross will normally step in to assist at that point. Let's let it reset. Therefore, if you have an opportunity and a need to evacuate, now is the time. It'll be very difficult, although you have some time tomorrow. I'm going to give you projected times when the worst of the rain and wind events are going to occur late tomorrow and throughout Thursday. And then, again, this is all subject to change. advances 60%, 80% by 4 a.m. Wind speeds are still very tolerable. During the course of the day, by noon, you'll get bigger rain pretty much throughout the day, thunderstorms. Remember that hurricane feeder bands can generate embedded tornadoes, so be on the lookout. Monitor in case you hear any of those kind of reports. Make sure you have a safe room available. Break for time. So by 1 p.m., wind speeds will start picking up in the 20s. By 5 p.m., again, heavy thunderstorms throughout the afternoon. Wind speeds now in the 30s. You'll be at tropical storm force winds probably by around 7 p.m. with the current projections.
Thank you, sir.
They will continue to increase. By 9, 10 o'clock, we are at very strong tropical storm force winds, projected to be in the upper 60s. Gusts can certainly be Cat 1 hurricane force, which would be 74 miles per hour or greater. We're now looking at approximately 11 p.m. On Wednesday. This will continue through the early morning hours of Thursday. Then, starting around 2 p.m., these wind speeds hopefully will diminish, although there will be some up and
Awesome.
down
Thank you.
with feeder bands.
Have a good one. You
Again,
too.
I'm not reading this, but this is just an interpretation of the hourly projections. Again, it's reset for time. So we can expect a very rough night tomorrow into Thursday. Even by noon, they're still looking at wind speeds in the 30s. And then it will taper off certainly by the end of Thursday, and Friday should be just some scattered rain events and not too bad on the wind speed. So the advice is this is the time for final preparations. Common sense, charge your batteries. Make sure you have fuel. I was at BJ's over near UTC and there was no lines and they still had regular gas. BJ's actually didn't have a lot of people in there, so there may still be time to get some last minute supplies and preparation. At this time, are there any questions or comments before we take a roll call? And if there's any changes to any ROAR reports, this is a good time to give them out. This is W4SNW Net Control for the Hurricane Milton Emergency Preparedness Net. Take check-ins. Please give your IT phonetic alphabet one at a time. Please call now.
So everybody is prepping for this storm.
Net Control, Kilo Tango 3, Victor. No traffic, no change in the roar. Thank you, Don. Next station, pick. Net Control, K1CAC. Day Chuck, thank you so very much. Any comments or clarifications that you need to make? Just on a little time frame. It's my understanding from SMH that they want us operational by 7 p.m. Operational by 1900. Thank you for that. I wasn't sure if it was 7 or 8. Thank you for that clarification. And we will be once everybody's established, I know there's an internal net between the facilities, and then we should also have a check-in here on the main resource and information net here for any relays that might be needed. Thanks very much. Net Control, standing by for the next check-in. Yeah. 711 radio check on a new radio. Copy. Thank you, Dennis. Be confirmed. W9 Charlie India Bravo. Next check-in, please. Control. Whiskey 3 Alpha Tango Romeo. No change in my roar. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Next check-in, please. Net Control. This is Kilo Golf 7, Kilo India, Quebec, Mike in Sarasota, and we also check in bar, Kilo Bravo 7, Alpha Romeo Bravo. There's no change to the roars. Thank you, Mike and Barb. Get some rest. Get something to eat. I'm going to hang out here for a few hours to get you spot your little break. And whenever it's comfortable, you can head on back. Next check-in, please.
All this is Mickey, KM4 PHF, Kilo Mike 4 Bravo Hotel Foxtrot.
Thank you, Mickey. Nice to hear from you. Next check-in.
Give me read because I just put up all of these metal hurricane shutters around my shack. I want to make sure I can transmit properly.
You are full quieting. Doing a great job. No problems at all.
Roger that, GQ711, 678 up in North Sarasota, heard you loud and clear, over.
Roger that, thanks for the comeback. I thought I lost the repeater here at the last minute. Got some new radios passing to my friends in the neighborhood.
No, you are crystal clear like you said next to me, over.
Thanks much appreciated. I got a couple more I gotta get out of the box and get these new, I got those potion handhelds, or mellow weight. So I'm putting on the little handhelds. They seem to work pretty well. 7-Eleven, we're clear.
Roger that, good luck and stay safe. 678, over and out.
By instruction to a different net for any local traffic that may be needed. We will have communications with the EOC here at Redcom as long as possible. And this is kind of our main function, is to act as a relay point and provide information to anybody, and of course any special assistance is needed. As a reminder, once wind speeds get to about 40 miles an hour, EMS, police, fire will generally not deploy. So we're going to be very self-sufficient. Let me let this reset. Preaching to the choir here. I know everybody's very much aware of this, but it's a reminder for friends and family who may be considering sheltering in place in spite of evacuation orders, particularly those in Area C that have not generally, Pleasant C would have not generally been directed to evacuate. We have some family members in that situation currently. So if, abundance of caution, if you can host somebody in a pinch to get through the worst of the storm, please consider doing that. At this time, I will take any additional check-ins for our Hurricane Milton net. Please call them.
Yeah, the Tampa repeater, you're not going to hit this side of St. Pete. It's kind of like a hypercardioid receive setup on it. There's no way to get into it unless you got a really powerful beam.
Roger that. So we're going to keep hoping and praying that Sarasota stays up the next couple of days.
Yeah, it's very likely it'll stay up. Anyway, yeah, good luck with that, WRF 321.
Thank you, sir. WRJQ 711 clear. Aurora update. I'm going to actually do a 4 update for you. Ready to copy?
Hey, Tango Charlie.
Okay, acknowledge, stand by. We're getting a Aurora report. K4 PTS. 1400. Line 2, Kilo 4, Papa Tango Sierra. Line 3, Chris. Charlie Hotel, Romeo Indio Sierra. Break. Go. Line 4, yes. Line 5, Zone 6. Line 6, full. Line 7, full. Line 8, yes. Approximately 8 hours. Line 9, yes. Break.
All right.
Copy, go ahead.
Sorry for the delay.
Line 10, Delta.
Had to fuel
Line
up a little.
11, no. Line 12, yes. Line 13, no. Break for copy. QSL, thank you very much for the updated roar report. All stations, by the way, if there's any change in your roar report, this is a good opportunity to do that. If you go to essentially srqareas.org, you can download the forms required, including the radio operator availability report for those that don't know what roar is. Thank you very much, Chris. Next station, please call now. A final call for any check-ins for this edition of the Hurricane Milton Emergency Preparedness Net. The next net will be at 2000 hours, 8 p.m. on the repeater. This is W4SNW, your net control, standing by. Site 10 stations are checked in again. Please prepare your families as best you can. Please keep your radios handy, and let's hope that the storm weakens and travels far enough away that we don't get the brunt of it. But stay weather alert. 7-3 to all. This is Net Control W4SNW. Now returning the repeater to regular amateur use.
All right. With that out of the way, let's get back out on the road. Get back at it. And it looks like, since we were sitting here, Walmart is now closed. The parking lot that was jam-packed to the gills full is now a barren wasteland. As you can see now, they're pretty empty. Let's head back to our neck of the woods, back to the Gulf Gate area, see if we can find a little bit of gas. Fueled up the belly. Now we gotta fuel up the car. But I do want to see if there is gas available in my neighborhood 7-Eleven. We'll see how it happens. I mean, we were doing good there for a while. I don't know why all of a sudden it decided it wanted to overheat. It was going for what, an hour, and woo! You're loud. So yeah, we've been streaming for an hour and 40 minutes here, and it just now decided it wanted to overheat. So I don't know what that one's about, but yeah, a lot of these neighborhoods look pretty good. I think they were able to get around to a lot of the neighborhoods and pick up a lot of the Helene storm damage debris. But there are still a lot of areas that are a little more hard hit, I guess. Probably the more hard hit areas have their storm debris still in piles so big that they need trucks, not just the regular pickup, the trucks that come to do their normal pickups, but specialized dump truck sized container trucks that can come through and pick up the storm debris. Passing the Sunoco here at Sawyer and Clark, they have their pumps wrapped up in cellophane. Actually, 3 out of 4 of them are wrapped up. Looks like 1 out of the 4 is still available. And I'm looking across the street to the left at the racetrack, and yeah, it looks like there's some people coming and going there. I don't know for certain if their gas pumps are on, though. I don't see people at the pumps. So we will see as we get up here to the corner of Clark and Beneva. We've got a gas station on the corner. It'll be the southwest corner. It's a mobile 7-Eleven. And we'll glance at that as we drive past and see. I don't see people at the pumps, but there are people at the store itself. It looks possibly like they've got the red bags over the pumps there. Get a little closer, I can get a clearer visual on it. Yeah, the pump heads are bagged there. So no gas at the mobile 7-Eleven at Clark and Beneva. They were pretty jam-packed earlier today, but now as people are leaving town and realizing that everything's closed, they are starting to vacate the streets a little bit more. And I see somebody at the pump here, so I think we might be lucky. Although, nope, all of them are bagged up. So we might have to go back to that Sunoco. We'll go down the road a little further. We'll see what's going on. So with the update, it sounds like Milton is in fact, predicted to impact us at a Category 4. And I'll have to do a little bit of digging on the National Hurricane Center website to see exactly where the track has been updated to, see where it's going to make landfall, but it sounds like it's still in the same area. Come on. Give me the green light. All right. That looks promising. So Orion on Stickney Point has gas. Let's see if they have all types of gas, because this is the one that has wreck fuel. Are you going to pull up, guy? Or are you just going to block the driveway? You're just going to block the driveway, I see. All right, well, now we wait in line and see if we can get a spot. Oh, that's blocked too, okay. All right, let's do a little finagling.
WRML 596, Unit 6. Joe, you out there anywhere?
All right, what the hell are you doing?
Nothing heard from 6. WRML 596, base clear.
Okay. Well, wars of the gas pumps. Let's flip the camera around.
What did you repeat? Just fine. A little noise in the background. You're coming in direct or via All-Star or Echo Link?
Gotcha.
Okay, a little bit noisy there, so I'm going to ask you to repeat your question slowly. You're holding the repeater just fine. With the echo link, links is usually a little delay. So come again with your question. You are Q5, S9, although there's a little bit of distortion in the background. That is not unusual for echoing. Where are you located? We are in Sarasota, Florida. We are preparing for landfall of Hurricane Milton tomorrow evening. I am at our Red Cross Redcom emergency preparedness station, and we are just finished a emergency preparedness net a little while ago, and we are staffing some of the local hospitals and our Red Cross facility, and basically getting ready if needed for backup emergency communication. So nice to hear from Anchorage, Alaska. My guess is you don't have too many hurricane issues. Roger that. Your audio is also clipping. We are preparing for Hurricane Milton. Tomorrow night, right in our area, as a Category 3 or 4 major hurricane. QSL. Yeah, roger that. By the way, on the break, I have your call sign again. I didn't quite get that before. My call sign is Kilo Roger. We are in a hurricane warning mode. The hurricane is currently in Category 5, one of the historically top 5 hurricanes based on barometric pressure. We expect the hurricane to weaken somewhat before making landfall tomorrow night late. Probably a Category 3 or 4. We expect sustained winds of between 110, 125 miles per hour or greater. We are on the southern or dirty side of the
All right. We got gas.
The current track of the Tampa Bay area holds up. We are 1 hour south of Tampa Bay. Tampa, St. Petersburg. Let me let this reset. We are looking at wind speeds of strong tropical force to hurricane force winds, which would begin at 74 miles per hour. But if the track of the hurricane should shift, it could be significantly greater. In Cat 3, 4, you're talking 140, 150 mile an hour winds. We expect storm surge over 15 feet, 15 feet in Sarasota Bay and the surrounding barrier islands. And we just were 10 days plus or minus away from Hurricane Helene. So there's major destruction and cleanup along our barrier islands as well. That is the basic status. We expect the hurricane to hit late tomorrow and throughout Thursday. This is W4SNW, back to KK4RYJ. Go ahead.
All right, so those keeping tabs or keeping score at home, Orion Fuels on Stickney Point near 41, between 41 and Swift Road, has only regular 87 grade and rec fuel. They do have rec fuel. They have 87 unleaded, and also the Lowe's on Potter Park down south of where the Beneva intersection intersects 41. They do have generators. They do not have gas cans. Nobody has gas cans. All the Walmarts are now closed. Well, I don't know if all of them are, but vast majority of all of the Walmarts are now closed. Home Depot does not have fuel cans. They do not, well, they're pretty much a madhouse right now. They're pretty packed at the moment. We stopped, got something to eat, got some fuel for my belly, got some fuel for the car. So we're all fueled up already. And everybody just stay safe. Think smart. Hunker down. If you're in an evacuation zone that just got announced, like evacuation level C, we're in a level C area here, and we're probably not going to evacuate. Some people would say that it would be smarter to hunker down than to try to navigate the insanity that's out on the roads right now. You can hear the radios going. I'm listening to all kinds of different ham bands right now, trying to keep up to date, up to the minute information on this storm as it rapidly comes at the west coast of Florida. Probably going to hit as a Category 4. So we were able to get a generator from a friend. We were able to get fuel. We were able to get extension cords. I was unable to get a gas can. I do have a small little 1-gallon gas can, but I did fill the generator while we were there at the gas station. So hopefully that should tide us over in case of a power outage. I've got the 50-foot heavy-duty extension cords in the back of the car now. Gonna go ahead and offload those. Grab the gas can, go back to Orion, fill up the little 1-gallon gas can, and pray for everybody out there. You guys stay safe. I can't believe that so close after Helene, we're getting another major hurricane. And as much as I hate to hear all of the sound bites on social media, or not social media, but all of the news stations that keep going, oh, well, it's the biggest storm in 100 years. Well, they keep saying that over and over again, and it's getting a little worn out. And with being La Nina year with the less upper atmospheric shear to break it up, and the higher temperature, abnormally high temperature this year all around, as well as the ocean temperature in the Gulf of Mexico feeding this like super fuel, like racing fuel for a hurricane, it's going to hit us pretty good. It's going to be a pretty devastating storm. And with it being so close after Helene, we're still inundated with water, and we had rain for the past few days. So the ground's going to be soft, the winds are going to be high, we're going to lose trees, we're going to have nowhere for the water to go. It's going to be a ride, so buckle up, hang on, and if you're staying here, you're in good company. I'm staying here too, so hang on. If an emergency arises, I can't recommend enough getting into the hobby of ham radio, amateur radio, because when the cell towers go down, we've got the only line of communication. Satellite phones, you have to have the service. You have to be out under the sky with a direct line of sight to the satellite to be able to use it. It's not recommended to be out in anything over 35-mile-an-hour winds. And if the infrastructure is down, that says to me that we're already at that stage. We're already past 35-mile-an-hour winds. If it's knocking out cell towers, if it's knocking out power, knocking out the internet, if you've got no other lifeline, you can pick up a ham radio walkie-talkie, tune it to the national simplex calling frequency, and I can't stress this enough. FCC says you have to have a license to operate on these frequencies, but if it's an emergency, you have no phone, no internet, no power, you've got no way of communicating, you can't get out of your house, and if you've got a ham radio, it's completely legal. It's an emergency. It's your only form of communication. You do not need a license. You can get on any radio, key up, say, I need help, tell them where you are, and they won't care. They will come and help you. It might take a little bit for them to get through the water and the damage and stuff to get to you, but it's important to know that you're not going to get in trouble for keying up without a license if it's an emergency. The possibility of losing life, property, or they're going to come to your aid. I was listening to the nets that were on during Hurricane Helene, and there were a couple of people that keyed up asking for help, and the net control operator asked, hey, what's your call sign? We need to know who you are. And the guy said, I'm so sorry, I don't have a call sign. Net control went on without missing a beat, didn't care. It was an emergency. We're a good network of people with a like mindset, with interest for prepping, disaster communications, and helping people out. We're a very open community of like-minded people that want to help people. It's now maybe not all of us. There are certain. There's always those few on the fringe of any group you can imagine that are just, that guy, let him drown, but for the most part, the ham radio community is a great community to be a part of. We all try to help each other out. We're all there for each other in an emergency. I wouldn't have a generator without some of my ham radio friends. I got to thank Tim for that. I went down to Venice today and met with him and picked up this generator. It was a spare. He had just bought a new one, so now I've got one. Look into it, hamradioprep.com or whatever it is, and get you started. It's really easy to get into. It's actually cost effective. You just go buy a Bofang UV5R, and you can get on the air for like $30. So it's not bad, and it's definitely useful in an emergency. So again, when the infrastructure goes down, ham radio, any radio always works because it's point to point. You're not using infrastructure, you're not using internet, you're not using cell towers, you're not using extra power or anything like that. It's point to point. So with that, I'm back in the driveway looking at my own storm damage from Helene, wishing I'd had the opportunity to get this cleaned up, but we've got a lawn service, and they I guess have been pretty busy, and they didn't get around to us. So if you have anything out, pick it up. Any big items, lawn furniture, anything that might become a projectile. We're expected to be getting winds, possibly gusts of over 100 miles an hour. At God, I hope not, but I can't believe we're getting another hurricane this damn close after the last one. Oh, but yeah, I've lived here my whole life, born and raised here. I've been through so many hurricanes that I've just been like blasé about. I'm like, hurricane? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. This is the first one I remember they actually put us in an evacuation zone. So with that, who knows what's going to happen, but we're going to ride it out. We're going to see what happens. So like, subscribe for more. I'll probably be out after Milton hits, drive around, survey the damage. Hell, if I'm crazy enough and some people leave me some comments, they want to see it, I might go out in the storm. I don't care. I'm crazy. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely come back after Milton hits and do some more coverage and see just how bad it got. And you'll see it from my point of view. You'll see it from 37 other people's point of views, because there's going to be a lot of people covering this. So if you like what you see, if you like my content, if my personality strikes you as congenial enough to subscribe, go ahead and hit that button, and we'll see you on the next one. Now I got to find the button to stop this thing. Where did it go?